Hi, I'm PeDRA's Associate Director of Educational Programs, Jenn Dawson, and with me is our Executive Director, Mike Siegel. We are at the first International Societies for Investigative Dermatology meeting in Tokyo, Japan, and oh my gosh, there is a lot happening here. Mike, what are your highlights so far? We're on day one.
Yeah, day one of the meeting. This has been a whirlwind already getting to Tokyo, but really worth the trip. Amazing to see so much energy around investigative dermatology. So grateful to the organizers for putting on such a tremendous meeting, and also grateful for the opportunity for PeDRA to actually be here exhibiting. And as Jen will be sharing with all of you in the next 4 days, trying to connect our audience of PeDRA members and community folks with the activities here in Tokyo.
Absolutely. There's a lot of great science being shared at this meeting, and we are going to bring it to you as best we can. So make sure you follow us on our social channels on Twitter and Instagram at PeDRA Research. We'll be reporting there. And also keep an eye on our website for a wrap up after the meeting. Thanks, Mike. I'll catch up with you later in the day.
Thank you, Jen. We're off to our first sessions right now.
Hi, I'm back reporting from the International Societies of Investigative Dermatology, and I am so thankful to be joined by Dr. Emma Gutman Yaski. She's a Waldman Professor of Dermatology and Immunology and the Health System Chair at the Department of Dermatology at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai in New York City. And she just finished chairing the International Eczema Council Symposium. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Could you just give us, it was a big session, it was well attended, but could you just kind of highlight some key takeaways for us?
Sure. So the session was centered on the biomarkers and how they help us understand atopic dermatitis, how they help therapeutic development in atopic dermatitis, and how they help in phenotype atopic dermatitis in children and adults. It was a very well attended session, and I think it just shows that atopic dermatitis is really at the center of attention now, with so many new drugs coming to play, both in adults, but luckily also in children. I myself spoke about how biomarkers really help in the therapeutic development, and not only in adults, but now also in children, particularly having tape strips, now moving us to sample the skin in a minimally invasive fashion, and I think that's so important in the pediatric population.
Oh, I completely agree. I know there's been a massive surge in the amount of work being done in the atopic dermatitis space. Why do you think that is? Why have we seen it come on so strongly in the last few years?
So I think, it's always like that. When you have one successful treatment, many follow. And I think dupilumab really opened the door to all the therapeutic development we now have, because before dupilumab we had only immune suppressants. And I think what pushed the development also was the increased understanding of the disease and the pathways and the molecules that are involved, and many of these molecules are now translated into treatment, so super exciting.
It's a great time to be in the AD space, and your research and your work is making a big difference in, as you said, adults, but also in children. So thank you so much, Dr. Gutman Yaski.
Thank you so much.
It's been lovely talking to you.
Lovely talking to you too. Exciting developments.
Exactly. Hi, I am back reporting, still on day one. I had the best opportunity today to attend the International Pachyonychia Congenita Consortium Symposium with the lovely Janice Schwartz, Executive Director of PC Project and a devout partner of PeDRA. We love our relationship with PC Project. And you had a packed house this morning.
Yes, it was so exciting.
Tell us all about it.
Well, I think we had a packed house. For one, I think there's so much energy going around right now in our PC research space, but we actually had a ton of great speakers there. I mean, the lineup was fabulous. So I think the topics and the speakers themselves, the caliber of the researchers, really attracted a good audience. So we just loved it. We had more people pre-register for our meeting than we've ever had before. And then of course we had walk-ins too. It was
Tons.
Yeah, it was a little bit tricky, but you saw how many tables we set up. We
It
set
was
it up.
standing room only
Yeah,
at one point.
but those were for the people that we had registered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the fact that more people came, that was exciting. That's exciting to me that Pachyonychia congenita is getting some recognition. One neat thing, Jen, is because we had our meeting at the first before the big ISID meeting. It was great because we were first on the program. So even if people aren't interested in going to our meeting, or maybe they had some other conflict, they have to get on that little app and see, and the first thing they see
First thing that came up was
Yeah.
your symposium.
we want that narrative to change, the narrative that nobody knows about Pachyonychia congenita or PC. We want to be on the radar.
And I think today was a real illustration of you achieving that. And there were some really fantastic talks that happened in there today. And what I distinctly remember is all of the genetic work that's happening in the EB space.
Right.
And how it really looks like researchers are poised to transition that over to PC. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, no, probably not that much. I'm not a researcher, but my secret power is I align myself with really great researchers.
Yes, you do.
And so as far as that goes, what we're hoping is that the work that's being done in the EB space and some of the other spaces will translate over into PC. And that's why we specifically invited those particular speakers, because there's a lot of research, great research going on in a lot of spaces, including EB, but we particularly chose those speakers because we thought, and when I say we, I'm talking my research team, my medical and scientific advisory board, and our steering committee, and our research
Which is
team.
headed up by Dr. Eli Sprecher, right?
Yeah, Ellie
Yes,
Sprecher.
Ellie Sprecher.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Pierre Cologne.
Yes.
He heads our research team. So we have a steering committee, and Ellie's kind of the big boss. And then within that steering committee, we have leads of other committees.
Right.
And so Pierre is the lead of our research team. And then we have, for example, Professor Adele O'Toole. She's in charge of our membership team. Robin Hickerson, our communications team. Oh, and of course, we have our registry. And that was really great today because we had some really new people, new to PC, so we had invited them to come because they're doing neat research that we think can translate. But it was really great to be able to share with them the PC Project has this fabulous registry. We get free genetic testing. And so we are poised for clinical trials.
Yes,
because
you are.
the research can come up, but we know who our patients are, we know where our patients are, and we've got this fabulous, strong community of patients, and a lot of them are PeDRA patients.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And PC Project does such a wonderful job of really knowing their patients. And as you said, like supporting them with free genetic testing. The work you're doing, Jen, is just amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me to interview you today. And I hope the rest of the meeting is as fruitful as your symposium was this morning.
Thank you. And can I just say too, we love PeDRA. You know, so many of our patients are patients that grow up without a diagnosis. And so we think if we can catch them soon, and it's our correlation, or excuse me, our collaboration, I guess, with PeDRA, we're correlated too, I guess, that makes us really, you know, that gets it so that these young kids with this severe disease don't have to grow up without an answer. And so the physicians, the scientists that are aligned with PeDRA, we love them. They are some of them were in our meeting today.
Yeah.
So it's a mutual fanship.
Well,
we love each other. So
we really do, and we so appreciate working with you and your team, Jen.
thank you, Jen.
Thanks.